Hello gamers and geeks, and welcome to another D&D session. I'm Anthony, I'm the DM, and I run games of Dungeons & Dragons on the Games and Geekery Discord server. Today, we're playing Blood Feud. We're on episode 11. You'll have to excuse that I am eating my dinner. I lost track of time and had to make it right before I started the game. So, I will be eating, and I apologize. But, yeah, would the players like to introduce their characters, please?
Okay. I guess I'll go first today. I will be Deanne. I play the Deanne, the Dhampir warlock.
Mm-hmm. Yup. And Aru has said, I'm Zane. I play Aru Utaku. I'm an artificer darkling. He wants to be a great puppeteer, but he might become a Nothic if he does what he's going to do. I'm assuming that meant Nothic.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, he says. I don't know what a Nultic is otherwise. Normally we have Alison play Nightwatch, but she's not available today. I mispronounced in my head. Okay. Ebba.
I play Ebba, who is a reborn wizard necromancer, and all-round goody two-shoes.
A little bit.
It doesn't make a lick of sense, but it's perfect.
So,
Well, that's what's so delightful about her.
I imagine Nightwatch will probably take... Well, they've got a lot to think about anyway, and they probably do want to figure out where they came from and how they came to be and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I also imagine that the fact that you were all told not to leave the city
What the hell happened?
would, like, she'd probably be the most strict about, like, she's, yeah, gonna stay where the people can find her, so that she doesn't get in trouble. But anyway, what happened last time we played?
So we were running out of gate.
Right.
Of, Dean King.
Right,
Didn't want him to catch up with us.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we woke up, started to make our way out of gate, and as we were going towards the cave, or to the entrance of the Raccoon Warrens, we ran across some children being governed over by somebody. They didn't look to be in a good shape, and one raising them or what have you was very unpleasant in her mannerisms. So we decided we were going to. Well, okay. So Deanne decided he was going to question her because he knows that if you abuse or destroy the younger one, you cause revolts or a ceasing of whatever you might need in the future. You make kids mad, they don't want to listen later in life, and make them dead. Can't serve you later. The question got a little heated, and we got fight, and revealed that it wasn't human, but a night hag raising the kids. We got out of the fight alive. Like sounded the hag. We took the children to the temple district. where we ran into our would-be boss, kind of a temple, ordering us to deliver the kids to that temple so that they could join in his service.
Dang.
Yes. You did me. Yeah. You did well. I'm going to give you more work. You work for me now. Basically. Yes.
So, in order to not start fight right then, although he didn't have any of his backup, but I just didn't feel like going down that road. We were just trying to get the kids away from the hag anyway, so any church at that point would do it, but then figure out what happens later. Sort of like any port in a storm.
It's like 20,000.
But then we headed off and we talked to the changer, who said that if we could get him, we went back and forth. He's a creepy, icky kind of thing, like just didn't make any of us very, very comfortable, but did say that he would form powerful magic for the right amount of energy to make dirt not the way it is, and also something that would be unoffensive or not, basically to change what he did to something that's less annoying for the people of dirt, but still keeps them from continuing the cycle. But we have to find a certain amount of life glass for him
I stoked the box, but I can't see
if we want that to work. Then we made it home, then we busted up some
I don't use boxes much, so.
mithril veined rocks for the rat can to get home. Got home, made the reports for the first couple of jobs. There were some warnings about some of the things going on in Gate.
Okay.
Took a rest. Went out drinking to celebrate, and then we ran across a creepy guy being a creepy guy. Well, creepy thing being a creepy thing. Give him a distant being usual. Look at me, I'm so great, I'm so wonderful, you should trust me, and you should, go home with me, or whatever that is. He's but we politely told him off. I'm gonna leave that alone. But after we took our rest, the next morning there were flyers of a girl, of a female Dhampir that had been put up because she was suddenly missing. Had last been seen in a group of people talking to this individual. So we went to the watch to tell them what we knew, because that's the right thing to do. They already seemed to know most of it because it was the group and not the parents that had posted the posters or went to the watch. We were like, okay, and we were headed out to the tunnels towards back the way we had come back to heading towards the surface, backtracking the way we had come back to the necropolis from near Scalbania, because we're trying to get to Port Olwen, and we ran across the girl and the guy.
Mm-hmm.
She seemed to be under the influence of boards only know what.
Yeah,
And
she was clearly inebriated.
he was taking her to.
Scalbania.
He was taking to Scalbania, to the Countess. We were like, no, you're not, because no,
You're a bad man.
because you have drugged this poor woman and convinced her to do bad things. So die.
So die. You're gonna die now.
So we kicked his butt,
Mhm.
and even though she was in an altered state of mind, very slowly, very calmly, very patiently, we convinced her to come back to town with us.
Mhm.
Where she said, where in her thing, she said something that kind of piqued Night Watch. After Night Watch had said something to her, and so so yeah, and then we went back to town and said, "Okay, thank you for your service. Please don't leave town until we had a chance to clear all this up or whatever." So we were sitting around the thing. And yes, between that and the revelation, at some point that Night Watch is powered by a soul,
Yes.
and deep inside, soul infused night or soul infused life lasts with. That she's having a bit of a crisis.
Mhm.
Existential crisis time for
Mhm.
Night Watch.
Mhm.
Kinda, and so that's kind of where we were. We were just kind of sitting around a table at the guild, all going, "What do we do now? Where do we go? How do we handle this? Like, how many guys have any idea how long this is going to take?" Like,
So I help out with the magic.
so that's what we were doing. Yes, thanks to Aru, who just loves to cause
If I can
people to have existential crises.
Why can I not get up? There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So,
Question, like the question for her isn't who am I? It's what am I really?
yes. Well, I couldn't find a good what am I give, so.
Yeah, that's fair. So we're all caught up.
Yeah, at least Ebba has her actual body. It was her body originally, you know. So
Yes.
less of a
At least you assume so.
well, yeah. She does assume so. I
And it
guess
doesn't.
it could turn out not to be.
It could be
but,
somewhere.
you know,
This is very
It could have been-
interesting.
someone else possibly.
There's no stitches on you, are there?
No, I just have really all these kind of weird scars on my skull.
Interesting.
This is very interesting because I'll deal with that later. Anyway,
Oh dear. Okay. So.
well, I don't want to go off on a tangent about something that has nothing to do with what we're doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was to do with the
good plan.
plot. I didn't realize it wasn't.
No.
Okay.
No, it tangentially is, but I just finished playing a video game that had that was dealing with souls and body copies, weird things like that. It's just strangely poignant when it comes to Nightwatch.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Last week.
Hey.
I think I did. If not, I will tell you again.
So yes, you went back to the guild, all except for Dion, who went to their ancestral home. Yes.
No, literally, we all went because we were just starting out on the night, so we all just kind of went back to sit down to strategize our next plan. We were just
okay.
We were just going to kind of hang out in the hall because that way we were all as a group and we would be easy to find until we figured out what we were going to do while we burned the time to do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe Nightwatch didn't come, has actually gone to the library She was wanting to look up some stuff about souls.
Well, she knew it'd come, and then got up and then said, "Excuse me, guys, I'm gonna go do some research."
Mm-hmm.
Or said, "Does anybody know where I might find?"
Trying to figure out what I am. Yeah.
Does anybody know where I might be able to do that? In which case, I'd just be like, "Yeah, go here, because researcher. If I don't have the answer, I know where to find it."
This is true. Okie dokie. Alright then.
Indeed.
So, what are you going to do?
Alright. It's going to get real boring if we just sit around here. They said we couldn't leave town. They didn't say we couldn't leave the buildings. Let's just go walk around town, guys. See what's going on. Gotta be better than
Let's
this.
go watch a movie or go to the swimming pool or something.
Do they have swimming pools in Necropolis?
Yeah, but you're
They
probably not
might
gonna,
do.
You're probably
No,
not gonna
because-
swim in 'em.
No.
Be fetid.
No.
Check it before while he's turning.
Well, not just that, but could you imagine if a cleric snuck in and turned all the pools to holy water?
That is very true. It'd be a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. No large
This
bodies of water.
There really isn't much need for them because
Okay, so Aru says I do need to find some materials, but one of them we can't find in town.
Where can we get it then, Aru?
the surface, the drow, the Duergar would probably have a fair amount. They are dwarves. They still do mining.
Well, what if we just stayed close to town? Ever said. And then we could come back. They probably don't actually want to see us again. They were just being mean.
They would just be mean.
They were just being mean.
What are the other materials you need? Remind me. It's been a while.
What do you want, Aru? Yeah, anywhere that has silver, he says.
Yep.
I bet some drow have silver.
Probably. Glass, lead,
What if I
base,
disguise my... What if I use my disguise myself? I could disguise myself as a drow, and then if we see anyone, I could order them to give us all their silver.
Alright.
All your silver belong to us.
I don't know that we're gonna. Once again, I don't know that we're gonna find much glass down here. Most things either don't.
Sand.
We could probably find sand, but we're not gonna find actual glass. Lead, grease, and iron. Maybe.
We should tackle one problem at a time.
Yeah.
We should pick one thing and go for that.
I was just
tick that off.
thinking, I was just picking through the things that might actually be findable, or trying to figure out what might be findable here. In my head.
Dwarves.
What do you think would be better to find first, Aru?
Just here.
Iron's
He's got a
probably the
blueprint
easiest.
after all. Maybe he
Iron
no
is probably
idea.
the easiest here of all of them. Yes.
Yeah, we can go talk to the shop, see if they have any scrap iron.
Any old iron?
Yeah, could do.
Old
Figures.
iron, old iron.
It's gonna be reworked anyway for his creation. It's not like
You went to asleep earlier.
Yes. Okay. So you want to just go around
I guess
town,
so.
see if you can find places that have scrap iron for sale.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if they just want to give it to us, we get it out of their wares. Who knows?
Yeah.
You never know. Places are weird.
Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah, you never know what you can find.
true. True.
So the first place would be anything that passes for like a blacksmith down here.
Oh yeah, it's still getting over his cold.
Yeah, that would be, well, funny you should mention that because, remember, I'm sure, that you had a previous job of taking a shipment of life glass to the gnomes, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Each of those pieces of life glass was stored in a lead-lined iron box, right?
Right.
Someone down here has to make those.
This is very true.
Also, I have no clue on how much I need. Anthony never told me how much iron or anything, just the silver. What are you trying to make again?
The blueprint he got from the Nothic layer.
Oh, yeah, he's trying to make that machine. Yes, he has no idea what it is. He just wants to make it.
Yeah. He just knows he wants to make it because, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Why would you not want to make it? I mean, Ebbers is intrigued, almost as intrigued as Aru about what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I can't eat it. Can't hump it. I can't control it. I don't care. I'm sorry.
I do, so. And Aru definitely does. You're outvoted, Deanne. Nightwatch isn't here, so.
I seem to remember that the machine was big.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a lot of supplies.
Yeah.
So, what we should do as well
Big enough
is
for somebody to go
we're
inside.
going to need some place to store this stuff while we collect it together.
Yeah, you're going to need
So
a
it's
workshop.
like that much. We can't carry it around with us. So first of all, we need to rent a workshop from somebody.
Now, if only somebody in the party owned property. We have the rod.
Oh, I think he's saying he wants to store it in the extra dimensional space that the one rod makes.
You can't take anything in the forge in rod.
You want to have your workshop inside the rod. Okay.
I thought we couldn't take anything in and out of there.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the rod is actually called so I can look it up. I can't find it on your character sheet, so that's not helping.
Well, okay, let me do. You can take things into it. You can't take things created from the plane out of it.
So that's not going to be any use to you, is it? Unless you're planning on using the machine inside there too.
Get the materials, like we said, but instead of renting a forge, use the forge in there,
and craft using the materials we bought.
Okay. Can you tell me what the rod is called so I can look it up, please?
I have no clue.
Yeah,
It-
you didn't put it on your character sheet.
It's on Night Watches.
It's on Nightwatch's character sheet. Okay.
Yeah. Well, she's gone off
the
to
rod
the
of-
library.
the rod
Wouldn't
of
she have
sec-
taken it with her anyway?
Rod of security.
Yeah, that's for later, so we don't have to worry about renting out a fort.
While holding this rod, you can use an action to activate it. The rod then instantly transports you and up to 199 other willing creatures you can see to a paradise that exists in an extraplanar space. You choose the form that the paradise takes. It could be a tranquil garden, a lovely glade, a cheery tavern, an immense palace, a tropical island, a fantastic carnival, or an industrial complex, I guess. Regardless of its nature, the paradise contains enough water and food to sustain its visitors. Everything else that can be interacted with inside the extraplanar space can exist only there. For example, a flower picked from a garden in the paradise disappears if it's taken outside the extraplanar space. So, any tools that you make in there can only be used in there. For each hour spent in the paradise, a visitor regains hit points as if it spent one hit die. Also, creatures don't age in the paradise, although time passes normally. Visitors can remain in the paradise for up to 200 days. Blah, 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 blah. When the time runs out, or use an action to end it, all visitors reappear in the location they occupied when you activated the rod. Aren't in an unoccupied space near that location. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So, in my understanding, you can take metal in, but if you make a suit of armor and half make what the metal you brought in and the metal from there, half the armor would be gone.
yeah, if you use any of the material from that plane, then it's going to be...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do things like heat up, make a sword out of the metal you brought in, the sword will still keep its shape.
Yeah, I don't
because
see why
it's...
not. But, now it doesn't say anything about being able to transport other objects in, but it does say... It doesn't say that it doesn't say that the creatures that go into it can't take any items with them, so...
I'm assuming you don't use the rod and you go in and you turn out naked because all your clothes are behind.
Yes. Though that would be funny.
Guys, let's get out. We need to save ourselves. Use it. Where's our clothes? The thieves that were attacking us are halfway gone with them already.
Yeah, and all your armor and kit and all that stuff would be gone as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that were the case, but nah, I think it'd be safe to say that you still got all your gear. So, because of that loophole, you should be able to bring stuff. Yep.
The only thing is like, say you bring stuff into it, like, can you then leave it there?
For up to 200 days. Yep.
But then if you come out again, would that stuff still be there when you went back in?
Yeah.
Could you use it to store things?
This is interesting because...
And I think,
also
we kind of have to get all this...
It also doesn't say anything about being able to come and go as you please.
There is a cooldown of 10 days, but yeah.
Rod can't be.
So
you activate it, you go in it, you have up to 200 days to make everything you want, and then you end the... then you deactivate it and reappear in the material plane with your crafted stuff.
And we can't do that again until 10 days have passed.
Yes.
Only reason I thought about this is because a forge to rent would be expensive.
Yes, it would.
Well, we're still going to need somewhere to store the stuff while we try to gather it all up.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dan.
What?
Dan. Don't you have
What?
Don't I have what?
a place?
I think they want to
I
start
don't
at your
think-
mansion.
I don't think my place is big enough. It's one room.
Are you asking that I ask my family for some storage space?
Yes, please.
You do realize that you're going to owe me.
How wealthy is your family?
It's either Ridwick in charge of it, like being the founder of the family here, or it's him under his original name of Cain, one of Magister's
Yeah.
inner circle. They're wealthy.
I was going to say they're
Would
probably
you-
really well. He just one of them gave away a band of intellect.
They're not particularly...
That's
While horses are not particularly useful,
yeah.
that doesn't necessarily mean they wouldn't be a status symbol. Do you think you would have horses?
Horses?
There's a reason why.
No.
No. Okay.
So that,
Well,
so that you have a stable.
maybe a couple, but I don't know.
If they're
Yeah.
if they have that kind of money to make stupid purchases like buying animals that are completely, like, for the most part, useless except to show off that you have them,
Yeah.
then
I think-
they
I
would
think
probably also have their own farrier. Someone who makes horseshoes. Which means there would be a forge.
Yeah.
All relying on if we can get the family too.
Yes. Well, that sounds
Ours
like
probably.
that sounds like a good first step, though, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to be in
Yay.
debt, but he's already in debt, so he doesn't care.
He already is.
He's not going to think about the repercussions of his actions, only what the outcome is.
Repercussion.
Alright. So apparently we're headed off. Nothing else though. We just require storage space, which sure we have a shed or a barn or
Does
something.
that mean that we're going to get to see your house? Meet your family?
Maybe, maybe not. Depends. We might only have to deal with the servants.
I'm glad I wore my hat today, though. Keeps the rain out of my eyes.
It'd be interesting to see your house. I heard it's big.
It's in the Noble District, so yeah.
That would explain why I've never seen it.
Yeah. Don't like talking about my family's history. It's long, boring. So,
It's long and boring. Okay.
it's his thoughts, not the truth. Like the truth is different.
You can't handle the truth. Okay, so you're heading to Diane's house, yes?
Yes.
Ebba's going to be looking around with great interest.
Looking around.
Are you looking at that deer over there? Is that what it is? Okay. I thought I'm very there. I think like there's somebody else going or something.
As you're going through the town. Okay. So, obviously you've seen it before, but it's a vast, like the entirety of the necropolis is constructed within this vast cavern. One of many, actually. There's a network of caverns that form a chain of underground cities known as the necropolis. Some of they've annexed some other civilization during their history, but yeah, it's huge, and most of the buildings are they're built in the style of surface buildings. There's not a lot of need for a roof, at least not to keep rain off down there, but it does help keep guano off of your belongings from bats. But yeah, a lot of the buildings are built in the style of half-remembered buildings from the surface, from the made by the undead citizens. So some of them are a little bit off, rickety, just not quite right, but they it's not like there's not like there's going to be a strong wind to blow them down here. So imagine a classic haunted house where, with leaning timbers and broken windows and cobwebs everywhere, and extend that to an entire city, and you'd have the metropolis. the necropolis,
Yep.
And of course the citizenry are by and large undead. However, though they are rare, you do see the occasional darkling running around. Because, for the most part, even the dumb undead know better than to try and feed on a darkling.
What'd I miss? Sorry.
Just description.
Can burn your mouth right off.
Sorry?
Okay.
I said those things can burn your mouth right off. That's what the undead tell each other, or you don't
about
got
darklings,
to
yes.
be snacking on that. Yeah.
Don't bite a darkling. Bad idea. Yeah. But yeah, just as there are twisted parodies of homes, there are also tatty-looking shops. Some of them trying to apply their trade selling stuff that they would sell when they were alive. And, of course, even though there's no need for it, some of the nostalgic undead will still buy it. But some of them are still practical, like a butcher. But a baker, for example, not a lot of need for cake down in the necropolis, but there it is.
I'm particularly fond of blood sponge cake. Blood sponge cake. Dear God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the red velvet cake has a special ingredient that makes it particularly appealing to vampires. But yeah.
Trapping had started to skip that in. Alright, I'm sorry. So yeah.
But the mansions are a little bit of an exception compared to the rest of the buildings. They are built with care and style, designed to show off the talents that the occupants can afford. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Interesting.
Look at me, I'm important. Look at me, I have money. Look at me, blah blah blah. I come in here sometimes.
Ironically, Magister's own tower doesn't look particularly flash.
Yeah, all good.
That makes sense.
He doesn't need it to. It's practical. It's also huge.
Trying to decorate that much would have been a pain.
So, but anyway.
Is it like of the brutalist school of architecture?
A little bit. It's built like a fortress. Rather than...
Fortress of Evil?
Yeah, Fortress of Evil. Of course. Yeah, just a big tower of nope. Hi, Toby. What have you got on your face?
What does Toby have?
I think he's got a little bit of tissue stuck to his nose. Why would you have tissue stuck to your nose? It's not like you blow your nose.
You might have to go for a tissue box.
Anyway. Oh. Ebba's AFK. Okay.
That's okay.
But anyway. The many of the ant mansions have iron railings. You know,
Yeah.
some of them even, despite strict laws against even owning silver, have silver-plated tips on their iron bars.
Huh. I guess it is possible to get silver.
If you got money.
Yeah. Sadly, we don't got money like that.
But then again, it's also only silver plating. It's not going to be enough for you to
Yeah.
steal and melt down. Just enough to really hurt any undead that were tempted to enter uninvited. You know?
Yeah, that's fair. So funny as well. It's like, oh, you're allergic to this? I'm going to put this on the top of my fence.
So, is there any particular features that Diane's family home would have that would make it unique?
I do have like spare milk if you want something to drink.
Despite being a mansion and being whatever, because we don't want to figure out what it's going to be slightly more. It's going to look good and whatever, but it's going to be practical, and there's definitely going to be a
Do you need any drink or food? Are you okay, Eli?
like a auxiliary room that you're not going to be able to tell from the outside.
I've got
Uh,
and I've got some.
It's going to be this weird like
from the bakery where
room sticking off of it, some either off to the side or off to the back.
An annex?
Yeah, it's a like a dojo.
Oh, okay.
No, cool.
And it's where it's in case the progenitor of the line comes to visit and wants to practice.
Aha.
Alright.
Fair enough. Okie dokie.
This is
Yeah.
a lot better than my place.
A lot of what?
This is a lot better than my place, Aru says.
We live
Stand next to me, I'll show you how small you are.
Here. there now.
Sorry, what?
If you've lived for more years than most people care to count, where you've lost at least one, if not multiple, elven friends, or whatever, seen drought enemies come and go, outlived them, you can afford stupid big houses.
Uh-huh.
Plus, they gotta remember, the vampires remember their past life a lot better than the ghouls and ghasts and zombies and skeletons. Other things.
Indeed.
I find it interesting that
They want to continue to live in comfort.
Yes.
seems to be a thing in Monroe.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hello.
Hello.
So you're coming across.
It's
You're
just
coming
that
up to Diane's
I've
house.
noticed it's coming to Monroe. It's and it's like, this isn't normal.
It's a little less flash than the other buildings, a little more practical, and it has an outbuilding
Alright.
that. Would you explain what the purpose of the
I don't think you did either.
of the building was in character?
In character, I think he said what.
You would describe it as a dojo.
Yep.
Okay.
It does not necessarily have to be. I mean, there's not. Nothing about the thing is Eastern in style. I'm gonna say that now. I'm not doing that.
Uh-huh.
It would be American styled martial art type deal.
Okay. Okay, I can picture that. So, Deanne, how many times did you get your butt kicked in that?
I lost count somewhere about 5,632.
That makes sense.
Why did you keep going back? I would have left after the third time.
You don't disrespect your elders like that, though, do you?
No. Plus,
That's-
I am when I was younger, I wasn't able to shake off
That's alright to me.
certain effects that would get you to follow people, places, as easily as I do now.
So you were impressionable. That's not the right word. Gullible. That's the word.
Aru, you're just really rude today.
You're lucky, Aru. Their powers don't work on you. You're not humanoid.
Yeah. Can't be gullible if you're fake.
Can't be gullible if you're fey.
Oh, you can. Just not in the same way.
I haven't seen it before. Though it might be because of my intelligence. Nah, that can't be. It's definitely fake part.
Can't possibly be my intelligence.
That's okay.
That makes sense. What is it, Toby?
Mm.
It's because you've got food.
It's because I've got food. Why do you always beg from me?
Because you're dead. No, I can't say that.
Because I'm daddy.
Yeah, I was about to say that, but that would have sounded bad.
Well, you must clearly be the soft one.
Oh, yeah, I'm not-
I didn't used
He
to.
knows it.
I'm confused.
Okay.
definitely cured.
When it was just me, I was very.
What are you doing?
Wanted to make sure that Toby got no human food, that he was, well trained and disciplined. And then I got a girlfriend. But anyway.
Toby, bark 3 times if you need help.
He's laying down at my feet. It's cute.
Okay, I guess he doesn't need help.
No.
Your horse is trying to make a break for freedom.
Anyway,
Anyway. So we head up to the door.
yeah.
There's 3 there now.
You walk up to the door. And then what?
I open the door and
You
lead them in.
Hey, that way.
Wow,
one of the house
wow,
servants.
Diane, your house is really grand.
One of the house servants notices you coming in and
We would
say,
have screamed. We would have screamed if that thought.
"Sir, how many times I need to open the door for you? You shouldn't be doing that yourself. Please."
We both know that I technically am not worthy enough of that honor. I'm not of the blood.
You're still more of the blood than I, my lord.
No one else saw. I'm not going to turn you in.
And I appreciate that. But please, it is protocol. You knock, and then one of us lets you in.
It feels stupid to knock at my own house. Lived here my whole life.
Yes, but you do not need to trouble yourself with mundane tasks like opening doors. That's what we're for. You do not need
Yeah,
to
tell him
sully
you're not
your-
after his job.
No, I know that, but I do have a job and I need to be doing it.
I need to clean this gun.
I don't want to get
Yes.
in trouble.
I don't know what I'm. Yeah, maybe one of the gunsmiths
Yes. Well, in that case, I'd suggest you get back to polishing that suit of armor.
Yes.
I see you missed the spot.
Oh no! Please, don't tell anyone. I will. No one has to know. He goes back to polishing the armor.
That's weird. Right? I was looking at the door handle, like, what's so special about it? Why can't Deanne open, like, what? He's looking between the servant and the door handle, like, what the?
Don't ask.
Okay, I won't ask.
You really want to know what that was about, don't you?
A little, yeah.
I keep servants to do menial tasks that would be beneath a surface world's noble hands, like cleaning. There isn't really any cooking down here, but you know, the dust tidying, the bed making, the whatever.
Do they also dress you?
Some use them to dress them. You know, some go so far as to, you know, make them get down on all fours and use them as footstools because they're really old school.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it allows. I don't, and of course, if they don't serve their, or if they don't perform their duties adequately, they are punished.
Yes.
As he says, punished. He smiles in that way that reveals his fangs.
I was going to look at the door and then look at the servant and go, so I don't mention this. Got it.
I think Ebba at this point is probably looking slightly tearful and thinking about the poor people.
Are they still all one family now, or are they like different?
Yes.
And that was probably a good idea to explain it to me because I would have probably asked someone else than you
Genevieve.
when you opened the door, you and got yelled at.
It's a bit much. I'm a little bit of an outcast because I don't pull heavily on my family roots for status in the city. Obviously, we're gonna go with that. That's how that's gonna.
A cousin wanders out into the hallway.
Is this cousin full undead or another Dhampir?
They're probably another Dhampir, but somebody who definitely has delusions of grandeur.
I see you're still trying to impress the family. How's that going for you?
I understand this.
Why are you talking to me? Thought you had work to do. Ugh.
Currently, we are unable to leave the city.
Oh, get yourself in trouble, did you?
No good deed, all that.
No good deed
Yeah.
goes unpunished.
No good.
No,
Goes
we saved
unpunished.
we saved this lady from being kidnapped, and we gotta wait in case we need to be questioned by the guards.
That lady. She says pointing to. The cousin says pointing to Ebba. That lady?
No,
No. The missing Dhampir from one of the other houses.
We found her, and now we're witnesses to the crime, and they wanted us to stick around in case they needed any more information. That's it.
Bored now.
Not surprised. I bet there's a social party going on somewhere in town that you should be at.
Shouldn't you be lugging packages? Oh, wait, you can't, because you're in trouble.
that's all he thinks. We also say
Yeah.
letters.
Dan just walks past them like, done with you. You're not going to talk. For me, my energy to argue with right now, you pompous ass.
Okay.
No, I don't have one handy, but I will, as I walk past him, I will try to do one of those insults that's so flattering. The person you're insulting thinks it's a compliment.
Mm-hmm. Standard fare for the aristocracy. Yep.
Because while I can't think of the word I'm trying to. I don't emulate it. I don't live that lifestyle. I can
Oh.
No worries.
Ah, okay.
pretend to. If I have to, I can fit in.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm looking. I guess I'm looking for like the head butler or the main maid or whatever it is.
Steward.
Yes, the steward. Why couldn't I think of that word earlier,
Yeah.
Chris?
Okay.
Yeah, Sterling.
The steward is usually
With gangs and that sort of thing.
managing the family affairs in the office. So,
I'm headed to the office.
It's easy to
the steward's office is, of course, very practical and functional. Blank walls, simple desk,
get easy to catch up with them, actually.
a couple of gas lights.
Yeah.
And
This is bigger than my own apartment.
Just for a minute, please.
the steward puts his pen down from the ledger that he was working on and says, "Ah, Dion, how can I help you?"
I need some. I would like to request some storage space.
Yeah. Keep
Uh,
it as you can.
An old shed, part of the old bar, somewhere.
Certainly, I do believe that we do have an old stable house that nobody's currently making use of.
Excellent. Do you happen?
Wait, let me double check.
Doesn't
Oh, my mistake. We do have a cousin visiting that is residing in the stable house at the moment. Oh, Sorry. Hopefully they'll go back. They'll when they're done visiting, that wing will be available once more.
Very well. It's a pompous ass. Never mind. Forget
I I wouldn't like to say, but I believe you do know the cousin. Yes. Winston, I believe his name is.
Have you heard any rumors within the family and any other stewards of just any interesting new rumors?
Apparently there's a marvelous new fashion for living garments.
Dear God, that sounds horrible.
You know, leather coats that have been reanimated so they move.
Oh, I'm over here thinking that somebody's figured out how to turn like actual people into garments, possibly with little straws, so that you can have a drink. You can drink your clothes as you go.
Oh, wouldn't that be a marvelous idea? Says the steward, visibly cringing at the thought.
It'd be horrible. Yeah, we need to go somewhere else.
I agree. So, please, I know you're probably not supposed to, but please let me know if the family has made any choices
Regarding
or is planning. He just looks at the steward like, gives him that look, that dead. He gives him the vampire